in MySQL or SQL, you may all aware that we have a stored functions in it. So in the same way, we have a JavaScript function in the MongoDB. So today's topic will be that how we can create and save these JavaScript functions in the Mongo, and see that how we can execute the same in the next part. So you are watching Smarty Tech Fizz. I am Hanjali here to help you. So let's get started. You can see that I have my MongoDB in my local system, and this is the function which I have already created for my use case. I will just go through it in the last of this video. So if you want to see that what is the use case and why I have written this, you can just skip to the last part of the video. I have also shared the timestamp in it. Now see that how we can create our functions in it. So we have already a functions folder in it. So just create, this is the first way that we can add a function. I will also show you that how we can add a function through the Mongo console. This is a add function. Click on it, name it. That's, let's say I want to just create a function on sum. This is a sample one, so just creating it so that you can easily aware of that. Let's say I have a function name with sum, and I will provide it the two input parameters, that is a and b. Okay, and the same way for the function we need to provide here a and b. The functions we write in a MongoDB is actually same as copy of the JavaScript. You may all written it for the when you are creating your applications for the UI parts. So this is the same. If you are knowing that how we can write the JavaScript function, you can easily write it here as well. Just need a JavaScript, some JavaScript code, JavaScript functions, and some Mongo functions which may help you to get or find or update this type of queries. It will be helpful for you. So this is the parameter which we want to provide in the sum function, and the same parameters I have written here. You can even change the name of it. Let's say x and y, and what I want for the sum, I want to return x plus y. So this is the return statement. So what will it does? It will just take the parameters as x and y. We will providing it a, b, and just return it x plus y, and it will return you the sum of it, and then save. You can say it is created, and yes, it is created now. So this is the first way that how you can add the function. But sometimes, I don't know why, but it's sometimes when we edit it or add in it, it will not going to save due to some issues. So this is the another way that how we can add in functions through the console. Just go to the database, open shell, and the second way to add it is db.system.js.save. This is the function we use to save our Mongo functions in it. Just go in it, and then what you need to do, just provide the id will be the name of the function you want to return. Let's say I want to return, we have already created the sum, let's say multiply. Okay, this is the function name. Then next we will provide the inner implementation of it by using the value parameter. It will be the id parameter, it will be the value is that inner implementation of it. And you can, okay, this is the function name is sum here only, it is a name only, so we can write it here as well. Just delete for previous. Okay, this is the function, and now just write the implementation in it. What we want to return, we just want to return x into y. Okay, this will be my implementation for the multiply function. Okay, and one more thing, just add this one. Now we have created the function with the multiply and the implementation as well. Now what I need to do, just press F5 and it will execute this script. Okay, there is an issue. What is the issue? Okay, the issue is we are not using the curly braces. Okay, fine. Now updated one new record. Okay, it is updated now, it is added. Let's refresh it. Okay, see, multiply function is here, multiply function is here. So this is how we can create and save a function. Now as I said, I will let you know that what I have created for my use case. I have a, let's say why I have created this also I have mentioned. This was my structure of the document, which I need to just change some parameters of it. So that's why I have used the script functionality of the Mongo, so that I can easily create, I can easily just repair all the things. Yes, sometimes we have a query for it, but sometimes we are not able to query to execute a query for that, to update them. So what I have, the situation is, I have a document like this A, B, and in the B, for the B key we have a value in the array list, and for the attachment URL what I need to do, due to some issue, it was due to some issue, that what happened is, for the domain part I actually was saving the IP of it. Let's say this is the IP, okay, this IP of it, what I need to do, and some documents having the domain, actual domain name of it. So what I need to do is, I need to just change this parameter. Okay, let's remove this parameter to the abc.com or pqr.com, what the name I want, I just want to change it. So I want to replace this value to this. So for this I am not able to execute any query for this, because sometimes I have a, if I go to the deep of it, I need to get the regex as well. Then replace function, we cannot have a replace for replace a substring of it, we could not have any function of in the Mongo. So for that I need to create a Mongo function. So let's see what I have created, so that you will have a some broader knowledge of it. What was my, okay, what was my function name was, my function name was replace wrong URL, and the function I have taken the start ID and the end ID. What was the ID is, ID actually I have already created a video on it, that in the ID underscore ID key of the Mongo, we have a timestamp in it. So what I was doing, I was just in the application part I was converting, or not on the application, or you can easily just create a main function, small main function, that how we can convert the date into the object ID. So I was converting the date into object ID, and I was passing the first start ID, that is the start date, and the end date, that is the end ID. I have converted them into the object ID format. So now what I was doing, that from the DB, from that collection, I was getting the ID, and I was getting the document which have a ID with greater than this. Actually it is same like the date function, date types, because it has, in the object ID we have a timestamp in it. So I can easily find the documents using the ID instead of creating an index on the other field. So that's why I have already we already know that, so underscore ID is already having an index on it, so I don't need to create any index on the other field. So underscore ID greater than should be greater than the start ID, and less than should be the end ID. I have provided that, okay. And then there are some other parameters as well, on which on that cases I need to find the document. So these are some other conditions, that has attachment through mail. This was my key where I need to find the URL, and it was nested, as you know, that B dot attachment URL. So that's why I have written as mail dot attachment URL, and I was using the regex as smarty tagging. You may for this I was using the regex as 10.0.90.21. so it was giving me the document which are having the attachment URL with smarty tagging. And for all the document, it is same like the for each loop which we have used in the for loop we are using in the JavaScript. So I was using the for each loop, and the for document I was looping through all the documents. And then what I was doing, that for all the documents I want to loop through this B key, because it is having a array value. So that's why I need to loop through this, and by using the looping I just use the doc here, the document, this all document which is came in it, and then doc dot mail attachment here is B. So I can, if you will not able to understand, I just replace mail attachments dot attachment URL. So I want to go to the mail attachment, so mail attachments dot length, up to the length of which the mail attachment is, so it will go through that loop and I plus plus. Okay, this is the same which we are doing in the JavaScript, so that's why I have all this is the same which we are doing for the JavaScript functions. Now what I did is, for doc dot attachment I at I index, that is this one, first time it will be there, so I will be taking this part in this variable attach and printing it what was the old URL. This is the print function. And then what I was doing is, for at mail attachments dot attachment URL, you can see mail attachment dot attachment URL, I am just using the replace function to replace this one to this. This is the just I need to show you the demo, so that's why I have just removed my personal information from that way I have just created like this. Okay, so I just want to replace this value to AND value. So, or in that case what I need to do is, I need to replace this value to this value. Okay, so you can do the same. So I was using the replace function, and then using the replace I got the actual document which I need, so I just printed the actual document, and actually it was having the changes in the original document. So that's why I just, after going through all the documents in the array function, I just save the whole document in one go. So this whole document will save in the in the one go and will be updated. So after saving it will exit. Okay, this was the thing which I was doing. So this is only for, I have just explained this only for so that you can able to know that how it is related to the JavaScript functions. So this is how I created it, and this is what I just tell you that how you can create and save a function in it by using the Robo30 or by using the console system. In the both ways I have explained to you. So in the next part I will show you that how we can run this Mongo functions. Okay, so till then, take care, bye bye.